It's a great day down in the Wairarapa, catching up with Brooke Broush and his new ISUZU CYH530 log truck. The Broush name is well known in the New Zealand road transport scene, with Brooke's old man Glenn operating a refrigerated fleet out of Auckland. There's been storms in the past few days, flooding parts of Wellington and making access to some of Wairarapa's log skid sites marginal. We're good to go, with a great location on the coast just north of Riversdale. I take over when the rig is fully loaded, on the run back to Masterton, on a great country road with plenty of tight corners and climbs to make sure the gearbox gets a good workout. Climbing up into the cab, there are 3 good wide deep steps with grab handles front and back of the door opening. I find the rear handle a bit too high to reach from the ground, so I can only grab it once I'm on the first step. Inside it's a familiar ISUZU cab, which is user-friendly and functional, rather than luxurious and flashy. Steering column stalks controls the windscreen wipers, hazard lights, X-Tard exhaust brake, GIGA drive shaft retarder on the left, and on the right indicators, headlights and fog lamps, plus a dip switch and cruise control. It has the good old-fashioned 18-speed Road Ranger transmission with a nice short stick shift down beside the driver. It has a nice lightweight action and combines well-positioned foot pedals, including a lightweight clutch. As I head off almost on the end of the off-highway stretch, I use a TRT Traction Air CTI to push the tyres back up to road pressure. SI Loadex scales have us right on the 45,000 kg mark on the truck and its patchel refurbished craft 4-axle trailer. There are plenty of undulations and there is a need to be busy on the steering to keep the truck positioned on the road. But the unit tracks well and I'm easily able to stay on the correct side of the road. Steering weight is good with ample feedback through the steering wheel and a positive response to slight adjustments. Driver position is great with the ISUZU 6860 air suspension seat, which sits nice and low, giving great adjustment and working in well with the adjustable steering. Out front as expected in the ISUZU cab, visibility is great with a deep screen and nothing above the dash to block vision. Mirrors are the usual offering of the flat and convex pairs, heated and in a tidy shroud. They give great visibility down the side and are particularly useful on these narrow winding roads. However, due to their size, there is a bit of a blind spot when looking out of the right intersections. Gear shifts are clean and precise, with very good feel through the gates and nice quick splitter shifts. On the few occasions where I do get caught out due to lack of experience on this road and quick climbs popping up around corners, I'm able to quickly recover by downshifting a couple of gears. I find that the best performance seems to be with the engine running at over 1300 revs per minute and not letting it drop down below this. This ties in right with the engine specs, with the torque of 2255 Newton meters between 900 revs per minute and 1300 revs per minute, then dropping off. On the descents, I find you need to drop down a few gears to make the exhaust brake driveline retarder really work. It does stabilise in higher gears, but requires a few brake applications to keep your speed in check. On the few climbs I encounter, I do get down to 6 low, and on a couple of occasions I get caught by the terrain, I need to drop into the low box, but I'm able to quickly recover lost gears. Power feels steady once the engine settles into its work in the right gear. Patchels have done a nice job on the logging kit on this truck, and the loads feel very stable. The ISUZU 6-rod rear suspension and alloy parabolic taper leaf springs, front and rear, combine to deliver a nice flat ride without too much body roll. Brooks says he was looking to put a slightly lower cost unit on the road, and the ISUZU helped him meet this goal. While it may be a bit more economical cost-wise than some of the North American and European competitors, it's certainly not a big compromise when it comes to performance. He's getting into skid sites where some other makes are struggling from traction, and his trip times aren't that much slower, despite regularly running over the Rumatakas to Wellington with export logs.